In the year 323 BCE, the world witnessed the final chapter of one of history's greatest conquerors. Alexander of Macedon, the young man who had never known defeat, now faced his last battle, not against an enemy king, but against the forces of fate itself. This is the story of Alexander the Great's last campaign, his dreams, and the empire he left behind. By the age of 32, Alexander had carved an empire stretching from Greece to Egypt and from the Mediterranean to the Indus River. His armies were unmatched, his strategy revolutionary, and his vision to unite the known world legendary. But even legends meet the limits of mortality. Alexander's army was disciplined, loyal, and relentless. The Macedonian phalanx, with its long spears and tight formation, was the backbone of his victories. But even the mightiest of armies can be worn down by fatigue, distance, and the relentless push of ambition. In his final campaign, Alexander's objective was less clear. Tales suggest he sought to explore the edges of the known world, to challenge the limits of men and gods alike. The army, weary from years of conquest, began to question the endless march eastward. Tension simmered beneath the surface as the shadow of mortality grew longer. It was in the city of Babylon, a jewel of the ancient world, that Alexander fell gravely ill. Fever and weakness consumed him. Some historians suggest malaria, others typhoid, but the truth remains a mystery. Even the greatest general, the man who faced armies and gods alike, could not escape the frailty of the human body. As he lay on his deathbed, Alexander faced his final decision. Who would inherit his empire? With no clear heir, he reportedly said, "To the strongest," a phrase that would echo through history, signaling the chaos and wars to come after his passing. The seeds of division were sown even before his last breath. On the 10th of June, 323 BCE, Alexander the Great died, just 32 years old. His empire, vast and diverse, would soon fragment into kingdoms ruled by his generals, the Diadochi. Yet his legend endured, inspiring leaders, philosophers, and dreamers for millennia. The lands Alexander conquered did not remain unified for long. Generals carved territories, founding dynasties, Ptolemaic Egypt, Seleucid Mesopotamia, and more. His vision of a connected world seemed lost. Yet the cultural exchange, the blending of East and West, the Hellenistic age, was his true enduring gift. Alexander's campaigns reshaped the ancient world. Greek culture spread across continents, influencing art, architecture, language, and philosophy. Cities like Alexandria in Egypt became centers of knowledge and learning. His conquest created a network of ideas, trade, and culture that endured long after his empire faded. Alexander was more than a man. He became a legend. Stories of his courage, wisdom, and ambition grew larger with every telling. Some saw him as a god on earth, others as a mortal man testing the limits of humanity. His life, brief but dazzling, became a mirror of both ambition and mortality. The story of Alexander the Great reminds us that even the most powerful are bound by time and fate. Empires rise and fall, but courage, vision, and the will to explore unknown horizons leave a mark that endures. Alexander dared to dream bigger than anyone before him, and for that, he is remembered forever. From the dusty plains of Babylon to the halls of modern museums, Alexander's legacy lives on. His battles, his dreams, and his empire continue to inspire those who seek to explore, to conquer, and to leave their own mark on history. This was the last battle of Alexander the Great, a story of glory, ambition, and the fleeting nature of life itself.